Today's makeup tutorial is perfect for Eid or any other big celebration where you want to really glam up and feel special. So starting off with MAC Painterly Paint Pot, priming my eyelid and using it as a base. Then going in with this actually brow pomade from NYX, although it's a charcoal grey shade so it works perfectly for this. We just want something really black and intense so all the shadows will have something to stick to and we'll just get a much more dramatic look using a dark cream base like this. So just packing that on with a flat synthetic brush and then blending the edge with a fluffier brush before going in with Barcelona Beach from Makeup Geek. This is going to be our transition shade and this will just soften that edge a little bit more. Then using this Beautiful Movement eyeshadow pigment, I'm packing this onto the centre of the lid and you can see how vibrant it looks and that cream base just makes it pop even more. So we're packing that onto the centre and kind of blending it towards the inner and outer corner. Then going in with Makeup Geek's Envy, going into the inner corner, up through the crease and onto the outer corner of this. So all the areas that we've not covered with that silvery pigment. So this is kind of a spotlight eye shape, but then I'm going to open my eye and use that shade to create a wing effect on the outer corner, just so the eye is really lifted and still really glamorous. Although I do love the look of a spotlight eye, I think it's really eye-catching when you look down. Using a small brush as well to make sure I have control of where the product's going. And then as I felt like I didn't love how the Beautiful Movements worked with the Envy, I just went over with this foiled shadow from Makeup Geek and blended my edges. So important to blend, take your time. You don't want to overblend, but you definitely don't want a harsh edge. Then I'm using a felt tip liquid liner, applying a really thin line across my top lid. Did want to create a winged liner with my gel liner. I prefer gel for wings because you get more control. Then I'm going to smudge that gel and along the lid with the same Envy shade again, using a flat kind of small detailer brush. Wiping away fallout underneath the eye before going into brows, and I'm using the brow pomade from NYX again in my shade which is blonde. This is amazing for defining and sculpting, but it still gives a really nice natural look. So I'm really drawing in hairs and really extending the tail and just filling in any sparse areas with this. For foundation, I'm going to be using my NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is my favourite foundation for any events where I want to feel really flawless and photograph well, because this is a great foundation for photographing. It looks incredible under strong lights and flash photography and everything, and lasts all night too. So just buffing that in with my Real Techniques buffing brush and then concealing with my Lasting Perfection concealer, really packing the concealer in with the brush, making sure to get that full coverage look and not moving the brush around too much because that will take away the product. So really stippling it in. Setting all that foundation and base with this by Terry powder. I would never buy the full size, but the sample size I have is amazing. Going back to the eyes, I'm smudging a little bit of Barcelona Beach on a small, slightly fluffier brush before going back in with Envy and that detailer brush we used to smudge the eyeliner. This brush is perfect because it allows you to get that smudged smoky look, but you can stay really close to the lash line. Once I was happy with the intensity, I also tight lined my upper and lower waterline with the Maybelline gel liner, and this really just pulls the whole eye look together. I also applied lots of mascara, focusing more on the lower lashes because we are going to be applying falsies to the top lashes, but I wanted my lower lashes to still be really dramatic, so I definitely put a bit more mascara on them than I normally would. Back to the face now, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury palette and taking the bronze shade on a small brush, really putting that into the hollow of the cheek and blending it through. Then I'm going to grab a fluffier big powder brush and use it as a bronzer kind of all over the outer perimeters of my face. to really nicely bronze up my skin, but in a natural way. To finish my cheeks, I'm applying the Swish shade up on an angle on my cheekbone and layering loads of the highlight over the top of that and on the other high points of my face. I absolutely love this highlighter. Check out the glow on this angle. Now I'm applying some falsies. If you need more help with that, I've done a separate video all about them. Finishing off with a nude lip liner and a matte nude lipstick. Wanted my lips to be matte because there's so much going on with the eyes. I didn't want to take away from them too much with a glossy lip. The only thing I'm going to do now is grab my felt tip liquid liner pen again and just fill in the lash line where any bits of glue might have dried a little bit chunky, just to disguise that a little bit even more. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. I post every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, so I'd love to see you in my next video.